Nicholas, aka Wajonya, incoming Siaya Governor. Yes.
Secondly, allow me to thank in a very special way our party leader, the Honorable Ali Roba, for welcoming us to UDM. Thirdly, and by no means last, in any way, to thank my good friend, Mr. Charles Owino. I want to tell you, without any fear of contradiction, that Your Excellency, this pairing is what the people of Siaya have been looking for. And honestly, without God's grace, it could not have happened. Owino has not told you, but the two of us, I'm an electrical engineer. The two of us are similar in so many ways. And one of the things that people tend to think we have is that we both have very big egos. Egos that have been earned over time. So, as those of you who did physics many years ago will recall, like charges always repel, and people could not see how this could come to be. So, Charles, I want to thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you. No. It is me to thank you because I know why, Your Excellency, why this is so important. Charles and I have so many similarities, but one of the similarities that we share is that we put service to fellow humans above service to self. And that is something that I know him as an extremely generous man. I don't want to speak for myself, that is for others to say. He's an extremely generous man. He believes in the greatness of our county just like I do. And the sole motive for us coming here really are just two. To make sure. Because Siaya is a giant that has not lived the expectations of the people of Siaya and of Kenya as a whole. He mentioned just a few, but I want to tell you, whether it is politics, whether it is academia, whether it is just sports and culture, nothing important has happened in this country, Your Excellency, without the fingerprints of the people of Siaya. You all do know that a son of Siaya, the great Jaramogi Odinga, should have been our first president. But in humility, just like what we are demonstrating today, he said no independence without Kenyatta and gave it over to Kenyatta. But he went on to be the first vice president of our great country. You also know that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga has not only contributed immensely to the free space, in fighting for freedoms and liberties, but he went on to become the second Prime Minister of this great republic, also a son of Siaya. And for my sister-in-law over there, you may be interested to know that there was a time when there was only one lady in Parliament in the Republic of Kenya, and that was 1969. And that was the indefatigable, she's now old, Grace Onyango, not Ogot, Grace Onyango. The people always confuse, not Grace Ogot, it was Grace Onyango, who was not only the first woman member of Parliament, but also the first woman mayor in Kenya. My brother here has spoken about Obama going to America to do his thing and giving America the first black president. But that is on the political side. On the academia, Your Excellency, you may not know, but there was a time when there was only one black professor in East and Central Africa, and that was the late David Simon Peter Wasau, also from Siaya County. And then there was a time, some of you may or may not know, when the Mzungu believed that cases involving Africans should be handled by court clerks, not judges and lawyers. But one African said, the African brain is just as big, if not as clever, as the white man's brain. And I want to study to be a lawyer. And that man was the late Clement Michael Arguins Kodek, who changed his name to a local, to rhyme with the local, Chedo Morgan. What that meant is that he was the oil with which you fry game to become a gem. That is on the academia. On the sports and culture side, Your Excellency, Luos love sports. In 1987, I was a student at the University of Nairobi. Yet, thanks to people like Miguna and Wafula Buke, we suffered our first and only strike. So we were at home and we were listening to something called the Mandela Cup between a team called Gor Mahia from Kenya and a team called Esperance from Tunisia. I remember it so vividly because in the 89th minute, Esperance was leading 2-1. And then a gentleman picked the ball from the center of the field. And I think he used the Michael Jordan quote that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So he was just shooting so that the 90th minute does not come. That gentleman was called Peter Uchiengdao, also from Siaya, and we got a 2-2 draw. And then, Your Excellency, because we have got this chance to tell you the greatness of Siaya, in 2003, Kenya reached the semi-finals of Cricket World Cup. And they played India. And the gentlemen, the engines of the team, were the two brothers called Tony and Martin Suji from Karariu in game in Siaya. So Your Excellency, mambo yetu sio kidogo. So the fact that, and again, what we are doing today, I think only people from Siaya can do it, because you do realize that the main aim of Azimio la Umoja is to bring the people of Kenya together. UDM is a strong member of Azimio la Umoja, and Your Excellency, what we are doing, I personally do believe that this is a great country. What has held back Kenya realizing its full potential is our inability to foster convivial interactions between the various communities in Kenya. And Your Excellency, I am looking to a time when the Right Honorable Raila Odinga leaves the stage and is no longer the leader of ODM, that we can have a leader of ODM either coming from Coast, from Northeastern, from Eastern, from Central, or from Western. Because then we'll have been on the way to fostering meaningful national conviviality and togetherness for the good of the people of Kenya. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to say more, except to say, and this is not bragging, this is a statement of fact. Your Excellency, I want to thank Charles again. Everybody knew that the next governor of Siaya would either be Charles or myself, because you go anywhere and you are free to do your own independent survey. I can say without any fear of contradiction that coming together of the two of us, over 3/4 of the registered voters in Siaya are behind us. We combine, we command that. And therefore, our coming together really is in a way and one way of ensuring that Raila's votes, we don't have voter apathy in Siaya. Already, what is going on in Nyanza now, there is talk of voter apathy because people are feeling that they're not getting a chance to get everyone that they would like to vote for. And I want to echo the sentiments of my brother Charles Owino, that all of us who are interested in these political seats, I mean, this is a fact that when 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe let me use a round number, 10 people are contesting for one seat, it is a fact that 9 people must fail because only one person has to go through. But even if the one who will be number last, even if he has only 2 votes, as a governor candidate for Siaya, even if 5 people vote and I get only 3, I will still be governor. But the Right Honorable Raila Odinga needs every single vote in Siaya County. And this is what our coming together is all about. That every single vote, let the ODM candidate do his bit to mobilize. Because I can tell you for a fact, I know how these things work. If the 2 of us were not here and knowing who the presumptive ODM candidate is, he would go to sleep and there will be serious voter apathy. So to ensure that out of the 538,000 votes in Siaya County, only those who have either passed on to the next world will not be going to vote for the Right Honorable Raila on the 9th of August this year. So primarily, that is our concern, because it should not be seen that I have to be governor at whatever cost. So what we are doing here is just to make sure that we are encouraging everyone to try to do whatever it takes to make sure that as many people as possible go out to vote. Because last year, Your Excellency, I just want to let you know that nearly 20% of all registered voters in Siaya County did not cast their vote. That is very, very big number. If you translate that to the 4 Luo counties of Siaya, Kisumu, Homa Bay, and Migori, and you're having a 80% turnout, that is a big risk that we cannot afford to take. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I want to echo what Charles Owino said. We want to conduct a very peaceful campaign. I know that there are some people who are want to name calling already, because we had not made this announcement yesterday, and Your Excellency explained this to you. There were some people who are already associating some of us with the Kenya Kwisha side. And this is just mischievous. They know we are not there, but they're just doing it. And these things, people are doing them for their own selfish interest, but they have a big impact. Because like I said, the 2 of us combined a very big following in Siaya County. And Your Excellency, at the right time, I want you to come and see for yourself. Don't just be listening to what you see on social media. Come for yourself. We'll take you to Bondo, the biggest town in Siaya, then to Siaya Town, then to Ugunja, and all the other towns of Siaya, Yala, all the other towns, Sega, all those other towns, Aram, which is the biggest town in my former Arieda constituency, and see for yourself whether really UDM as candidates that it can bank on to deliver this seat. But I want to emphasize that God willing, and that is big letter, highlight, God willing that we deliver this seat, primarily it will be an Azimio seat. We will have delivered this seat for Azimio and our beloved Raila Amolo Odinga.
Josiah wa old Gideon, Kumbo Mwatero. Josiah wa old Gideon, Kumbo